Hello, my kings and queens. How you doing? I trust you're all doing very well. So I finally visited the Akosombo Dance Village Vitins along the Volta Lake. And guys, the situation is so terrible. So terrible that it served as a wake-up call for me. And just like going to bed one fine evening and your life was normal, everything was going on pretty well, and you woke up the following morning and your life had completely changed. And this is exactly what happened to these people. They went to bed one evening and woke up the following day, and their houses are completely gone. Their houses have completely been submerged in the water. So guys, before I even start this video, guys, if you still have anything to donate to these people, please do well to send the donation to TV3, or you can go there in person to help them, because they really need help. This is no joke at all. Even at the time of getting there, I was from the video that the water levels have completely gone down, but yet the situation looked horrible. It was so horrendous. It was so terrifying. It wasn't a sin this is something that I would not even wish on my worst enemy, because it was that terrible. So that is us crossing over to the other side of where the people have been given temporarily to live. And I went to 3 different places. I was told that they were scattered all over the town, but then I went to 3 main places, and most of them were lodging in the classrooms, like normal children classroom. Just imagine sharing one classroom with over 20, 30, sometimes 60, 80 people that do not know the diseases that they have. You don't know whatever their religious or culture or spiritual background is, but you are forced to stay in this room with these people. Guys, like I said, these people still need help. And if you have any form of help, it could be money, it could be food, it could be clothes, it could be cooking utensils, it could even be charcoal, or it could even be coal pots, okay, at all that you have, please do well to make sure that they have it. If you have clothes that you are no longer wearing, please do well. If you cannot send them to them, kindly get in touch with me. I can come for the things, and then I'll arrange for someone to send the items to them, because they still really need help. They really need help. When I got to the place, there were some kind Ghanaians who decided to donate some food items to them. But listen, that was still not enough, because the people who have been displaced are over 3,000. So in as much as people are still sending donations, they are sending items, they are sending food, they are sending clothes, they are sending mattresses and water and other items. Please, the items they still need more, are still not enough. Sometimes when some of these things are said, you might think that we are making a mountain out of a molehill, or we are making the situation look much bigger. But if you happen to go there in person to see the situation, you then realize that these people need help, like they need help. Just look at people's building. Just look at people's building. As you can see from the video, the water levels have completely gone down, because it used to be all the way up there. It used to be all the way up there where the water was entering their rooms through their windows and through their doors. And then, as you can see, the houses have completely been abandoned. Nobody is living there right now. So most of the people are living with relatives, and most of them are also living in school classrooms, or basically classrooms. So just look at this old woman trying to make sure that she doesn't get drowned in this water. And I must really commend the military because they have done a very good job. They were helping the people to cross the river from one end of the town to another end of the river. And the military men told me how the situation was right from the beginning to now. It was, according to them, it was really terrible, especially for the first 2 days when the whole spillage started. It was really terrible. The water levels were so high that the people could do virtually nothing. Of them lost their entire livelihood. One of them was telling me that a nurse went to work and all that she went to work was her bag, her uniform, and of course the clothes that she was wearing. She came back home and then her house, the house in which she was living, was submerged. It was completely submerged. So she couldn't pick even a pin. She couldn't even pick even one dress. So just imagine such a person in such a situation. Sometimes it's not even the items that are lost, but how these people are going to be affected psychologically. Some are traumatized. When I spoke with them, they looked terribly sad. They really looked terribly sad. Some of them were not even willing to talk because there was this particular woman that I spoke with and she was in tears. While I was speaking with her, she was just crying throughout the time that I was there. She told me that she was into of sugar in large quantities and now everything is gone. Everything is completely gone. And according to her, she took loan in order to make sure that her business was running, and now that everything is gone, she had run at a loss, and then she was thinking as to how she was going to raise money to pay the people whom she's taking the items from. And the situation is bad, to say the least. The situation was bad. So I met this military guy who was telling me about how much the whole situation had affected the people and how they have been helping from day one, and how some of the people have, within this short time, some of them have had skin diseases because initially they didn't have water, so they were fetching the same water and they were boiling and drinking and using to bath, and then of course to cook their food. So some of them have started developing skin diseases. So some of them were encouraging them to, or advising them to stop using the water because it was infected. And that the water is mixed with all manner of things. Just imagine this same water is mixed with the water coming from the cemetery, from the hospital, from the public toilet. Just imagine crossing this same water, and some of them were touching it. What even broke my heart were the children who were touching this same. Some of them were playing in it. So when we got there, we had to advise them to stop playing in the water because it was not healthy. So this is one of the places, their safe haven, that I got to. And I met this man. He was one of the teachers in this public school, and he was telling me how their life had completely come to an end because of the situation. And he was also telling me how he sadly had to share a room with about 15 to 20 other teachers, and how basically everything about their life had changed completely. Well, like I said earlier, the people were scattered all over. So this is another place that we got to. And when we got here, there were so many children around. Some the children who couldn't go to school because of the situation. So I had the opportunity to interact with them, talk with them, and they were really happy to meet me with some items and some biscuits and some toffees and some drinks to them. Of course, it wasn't enough. And of course, I had the opportunity to, teach them something little. They were very happy. Some of them said that they wanted books. I was really happy when I asked most of them what they wanted. I was thinking that they were going to ask for clothes or, luxurious items, but most of them said they wanted books, and I was completely amazed. So guys, if you have story books, if you have textbooks, if you have shoes, if you have clothes, please do well to please send these items to them, especially the children. They were so, and one other thing that I've realized about this, they were super intelligent. They were so smart, because I was amazed. I engaged them in a very short lesson, but I was pleasantly surprised as to how they were able to answer the questions correctly, and then they were able to answer the questions beautifully. So please, if you happen to come here, do look for these children and then buy some toffees, some drinks, some biscuits, and most especially some storybooks, because I'm pretty sure that it will really make their day. Okay, so we are now on our way to the third place. Like I said, I went to 3 different places. Okay, so this is the third place that we're going. So please come along with us as we get to the third place. Let's go, guys. We actually went to the secondary school in the town where the other people who were displaced were lodging. Okay, so we moved there, and my goodness, the first and second places that I saw, there were so many people there, and I was completely surprised as to how many people, but I was completely shocked when I got to the third place, which we are yet to see. I was completely amazed as to the number of people who were living in the classroom. So guys, let's go and then have a look. Oh, this is the third place, and this place happens to be the largest safe haven that these people are lodging, or the place they have decided to, not decided per se, the new place they have known or have come to terms with as. And this is another place. When we got here, there were a lot more children here. So the rest of the items, or the biscuits and the drinks and the toffees that we sent, we had to share it with the children here. There are a lot more children here. In fact, my goodness, when I got here, my heart was completely broken by the multitude of human beings that were living in classrooms. These people's lives have completely changed overnight. Stop saying this, guys. If you happen to have anything, please don't hesitate. If you cannot go in person, please contact me. I'll come for the items myself and then send it to them. Or I have people who go there every weekend or every now and then. They'll send the items to them. So please, if you have clothes that you are no longer wearing, please do it. Just look at the new place, or their new home, or the place that they have come to call a home now. And these tents, guys, these tents that have been mounted for them, I entered the tent and it was terribly hot. I was wondering how they were able to manage or sleep in that tent for even an hour. But they told me that they were forced to sleep in the tents because the classrooms have been congested. They are crowded, so they did not have any choice but to sleep in those tents. Guys, the tents were super hot. They were terribly hot. And human beings were being forced to sleep in this tent. This particular tent, oh my my goodness, I could not stay there for more than 10 minutes. But they were forced to spend a whole night there. So guys, if you have mattresses, if you have household items, please do well to donate to these people, because they really, really, really need help. Look at that. They wash their clothes and they have dried them there. Their lives, trust me, will never, 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 ever be the same again.